my mind.
So what? So let's dance.
Greetings, Dennis here. Thank you so much for tuning into today's YouTube video drum lesson. This is your classroom. I am your professor. This is where we talk about the beats from your favorite songs. Ava Max, Sweet But Psycho. Let's talk about the beats for this song. This has been climbing up the charts for a few months now. 16 weeks, 17 weeks, I believe. It's peaking on the chart in the teens somewhere currently. So this is like a up-tempo, I don't want to say up-tempo. This is like it's a dancey number. It's right in that dancey song range where you're supposed to dance to it. And it has kind of like a surf beat theme the whole time. So what I mean by the surf beat is they're going to play snare drum on 2, and of 2, 4. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that goes on throughout the whole song. And then the kick drum has a theme of its own that continues as well. It's a 2-bar pattern. Kick drum's on 1 and the and of 2. The second bar it's on 1, the and of 2, and 4. So it sounds like this right here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. And that goes on throughout the song as well. During the first verse, I'm gonna play a flam with my rim shot or my cross stick. And then I'm going to play the kick drum. That's all that goes on in the first verse. Let me demonstrate that now. Very groovy. The pre-chorus is the same thing. When they get into the first chorus, I'm going to go to the hi-hat and I'm going to play snare drum. Same pattern, but I'm going to play the snare drum. Also, in the second bar of this pattern, I'm going to open up the hi-hat on the and of 3, which leads into 4 very nicely. Let me demonstrate that for you now. Very groovy. Excellent. Now the second verse is a little bit different in that the beginning, there's no kick drum, no hi-hat, nothing. It's the snare drum only. And I'm going to play the same flam cross stick that I was playing before. After the first 2 bars, the kick drum comes back in and some other effects. So that's where I'm going to bring in the kick drum. And then in the second pre-chorus, they add the hi-hat. So I play quarter notes on the hi-hat along with the cross stick on the snare and the same kick drum pattern. I know this sounds like a lot, but let me demonstrate it for you now. Excellent. The second chorus is just like the first one, so I'm going to play the same thing. The hi-hat's on the 8th note. We're going to keep the same kick drum pattern from the beginning, same snare drum part, full on snare this time. There's a few crashes I'm adding, but it's the same as the first one. The bridge of this song is where they go to a halftime groove. So the snare drum, instead of being on 2 and 4, now it's on beat 3 only, and it sounds like the tempo's been cut in half. It's a great trick, and it was very effective in this song. Let me demonstrate that for you. Very groovy, excellent. Now, after the bridge, we're gonna go to the third and final chorus. In this chorus, I up the ante by playing the quarter note on the ride. So I'm keeping my hi-hat part and my snare drum part the same as the first two choruses. I'm gonna open the hi-hat on the end of 3 in the second bar, same thing, same kick drum pattern, but I'm gonna play the quarter note on the ride cymbal bell with my right hand, as well as add those crash cymbals. This is to really up the ante and let you know that this is like the loudest final part of the song. Let me demonstrate that for you now. Awesome, very groovy. Thank you so much for tuning into today's YouTube video drum lesson. In my description box below this video, I have a link. If you got any value from this video and you would like to express your gratitude, follow the Express Your Gratitude link to my PayPal. For any donation of $5 or more, I will send you a digital copy of my first album, Fantasy Boyfriend. It's a very groovy, tribal funk, hip-hop album. I collaborated with a lot of other artists to make this album very groovy. And you'd think, since I'm a drummer, this album would be full of drum solos. It is not. All the tunes are dance tunes that are excellent for dancing, and they're very groovy. I think you'll like it a lot. So definitely follow that link, leave a donation, $5 or more, every last one of them. I'll send you a digital copy of that album. Also, I want to let you know that on my website, dsnyderdrumlessons.com, I have a free drum lesson and an ebook that are excellent for beginners. If you're a beginner, you will find these most helpful. Visit my website, dsnyderdrumlessons.com. Put your name, email address in the contact form and receive both of those for free today. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.